Former President Donald Trump says he will surrender to the Fulton County authorities this Thursday. Also, he has basically threatened to flee to Russia, kinda. Let's put it up full mass. Now, he keeps playing with people, and he's about to see the justice of a place called Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia. Donald Trump decided to post on Truth Social, and I quote, "The failed district attorney of Fulton County, Atlanta, Bonnie Willis, insisted on a bond from me. I assume, therefore, that she thought I was a flight risk. I'd fly far away, maybe to Russia, share a gold dome suite with Vladimir." No, sir, that's golden shower that you were looking for there. "Never to be seen or heard from again. Would I be able to take my very understated airplane with the gold Trump affixed for all to see? Probably not. I'd be much better off flying commercial. I'm sure nobody would recognize me." End quote. Let's put up the fearless Black woman who is prosecuting the former president of the United States. That's Bonnie Willis, the elected DA of Fulton County. They elected this district attorney to do a job. Remember, she did not do the indicting. 2 grand juries indicted the former president, a special purpose grand jury, Fulton County, very diverse, as well as a normative grand jury. Both came to the same conclusion once they reviewed the same evidence. It is the job of the DA to lead the prosecution after the people have spoken. Let's put up the man who said he will provide mugshots. Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt said a couple of weeks ago, he'll have some mugshots ready for us. He said the inside part out loud. He's going to be fingerprinted according to the Fulton County Sheriff. He will have a mugshot, and those mugshots from the Fulton County Sheriff's Office are made public immediately. Let's get into it. The release conditions outlined in Trump's bond. Remember, he has a bond. This is important because it's different. And his bond order are more extensive than those laid out in the others approved earlier Monday in the case. Unlike some of his co-defendants, the former president is explicitly barred in the order from using social media to target his 18 co-defendants in the case, as well as any witnesses and the 30 unindicted co-conspirators. Let's put up the DA again. Let me tell you why this part is so important. When a person is arrested and they receive a bond, you can have something called bond conditions. The other prosecutors have not allocated these bond conditions on Donald Trump. Donald Trump, even though he has been arrested, charged, indicted by a grand jury in multiple jurisdictions, he has not been prohibited from witness intimidation. He has not been stopped as it relates to his social media bullying. But Bonnie Willis allocated the same level of restriction that would be given to any other defendant who has a history of witness intimidation. This is part of your bond agreement. Now, how does the bond work? The bond works by the judge agreeing to recommendations from the defense and the prosecution. Typically, the prosecution gets the win when it comes to the amount of bond. The $200,000, well, that's not that important in the grand scheme of things. But the fact that Donald Trump is barred from going against his co-conspirators, he is barred from witness intimidation, which is normative in the process, is likely going to cause him to violate the terms of his bond. And when he does so, will Fulton County enforce the bond agreement? The defendant shall perform no act, it says, to intimidate any person known to him or her to be a co-defendant or witness in this case, or to otherwise obstruct the administration of justice. The order signed by Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee states, The above shall include, but are not limited to, post on social media or repost of post made by another individual on social media. The order reads, the Fulton County election subversion case marks the first time the release conditions for Trump have included a cash bond and prohibition on intimidation through social media. Is it not sad that this is the first time Donald Trump has been actually barred from doing something that's already illegal? It is against the law to engage in witness intimidation. It is against the law already. They literally have to restate statute for his bond condition. No other prosecution has done so as of yet, proving that even with the charges, he's still operating in a space that you and I could not operate in. But Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the King family, well, that's the location holding him accountable to the fullest extent of what they can at this moment. Who doesn't like it? Well, these people, the Freedom Caucus, people like Matt Gaetz, Lauren Boebert. Now they're threatening to literally shut down the government, stop operations because of the prosecution of one man. So let's get this straight. The House Freedom Caucus issued a series of ultimatums on Monday, outlining the demands it wants met before the right-wing group's members will support a measure to raise the US debt ceiling and continue to fund the federal government. Among them, an end to the myriad criminal cases pending against former President Donald Trump and the so-called weaponization of the Justice Department against conservatives, as well as ensured passage of a draconian immigration law and an amorphous demand to end, quote, woke policies in the US military. In other words, if you would like to engage in anti-racist behavior, if you want to actually hold powerful men accountable as everyone else, we are going to shut down the government. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about your progress. They don't care about your economy. They don't care about your children. They don't care about your education. They don't care about your skill sets. They really don't even care about Trump. They care about power. Their political ideology is power. This move has nothing to do with conservative values or Christian doctrine. This has to do with power. They want it, and they want it to be absolute. I need the good people of Fulton County to do their jobs continually, as well as every single jurisdiction that this man breaks the law in. Sharon, thoughts?
Yeah, and what they're not gonna do is hold power over the Madam DA, Fani Willis, or the sheriff, one of the most powerful people in the state, okay? It's not gonna happen, okay? It's gonna deliver a 1-2 punch. They're happy to end this waltz that they've been doing at the federal level with President Trump. She can be the hat throw from that Montgomery, Alabama dock. He can be, well, Aquaman, but it's gonna get done and he's gonna be treated like everyone else. We can do this the hard way if you want to. I don't think you want to.
Yeah, you know, I've known DA Willis, I've known Patrick Labatt, the sheriff, for many years. Sheriff Labatt and I, we still do a clothing drive together once a year. Brother has a good heart. Don't try him on your best day, all right?